Hey there, Leo, Sun, Leo, Moon, Leo, Rising. Welcome to your reading for February 27th through March 5th. We have a really productive opportunity this week. It's also had some great energy around love and romance, although I just saw your first card. Maybe not that part for you. So let's just see what happens here. We're going to have the opportunity to get a bunch done before we get to that full moon that is happening next week. And so... yeah, okay, you guys, yeah. All right. This is a very powerful week, though. Gonna go with that. Oof. All right, hold on. Look. You get to write your own story, right? I think this week Leo is going to have the opportunity to say, yeah, I want a new story. This one doesn't work for me anymore. And I want to encourage you to remember that nothing is ever wasted, and every experience you have teaches you something and grows your soul. It grows your knowledge and wisdom base, and you can apply those things to the future. All right? So really some tough energy, I'm not going to lie, going on here. You did show up for yourself. It's weird, though. This strength card shows up like a bull. That is the outgoing energy. But look, he has got his stuff packed up and he's moving forward, right? The overall energy here, we have another bull. We have the King of Pentacles here, but he's not dragging a bunch of crap with him. This one looks like he's all stuck in the mud. This guy's not. I think you have a choice to make. How much baggage do you want to carry forward? Because clearly you're on the move. Clearly you're on the move here. So there may be this need to go back and revisit. To revisit, sometimes when we've lost somebody, then there's a need to go back and revisit and remember the good stuff, right? So whether this is actually physically going through the mourning process of a person or a relationship, there is a need sometimes to go back and remember the good stuff because it makes the moving forward easier. So again, you get to pick which baggage you take with you. And if I'm only allowed to take certain number of memories with me from a relationship or a person or whatever, I want to pick the ones that I remember why I got in there in the first place. Why did I choose this? And there was sure, I'm going to take the knowledge and the wisdom gained, and I'm going to make the best effort not to do that again. But I want to remember the sweet moments. I do, because those were filled with joy and those were filled with happiness. And so it's wow. Okay, so maybe you don't know this, so I'll tell you. Women, when they give birth, there are hormones that are produced that are intentionally designed to make you forget how freaking painful and horrible it is so that you're willing to do it again. And so it's kind of like that. It's kind of like an opportunity to remember the good stuff and to leave behind the things that don't work. It's really important that you pick and choose what you're willing to stick into your little bag here to take forward. So, overall energy, 10 of Wands. You're completing a difficult cycle. And sometimes 10 of Wands could be completing a big assignment at work, and you're like, yes, I got that done, and that's awesome, and I want to move forward and on to the next project. And sometimes it's a celebration. It's not what I'm getting here. Okay, so for those of you that's what's happening, excellent. But I feel like there's a vast majority of you that are wrapping up a very difficult cycle and getting ready to move forward. So here we have this 5 of Wands, and it's how much more of this crap can I take kind of energy. Like, I'm tired of having to defend myself, my situation, and my position, and who I am and what I've got going on. It feels very exhausting and wearing when you have the 5 and the 10 of Wands in a reading like this. We have 2 4s. How do you transform this situation? And again, this is weird. the squid is looking at those 4 cups. It's like, yeah, no, I don't want any of those. And so there's this energy of really choosing what do you want to take with you and what are you willing to move past. And I think the ability to release and let stuff go is really going to help you. This is not generally what you get out of a 4 of Cups card, but that's what this one is saying. It's like a squid has the ability to pick up all 4 if it wanted to, but it's choosing to pass on that. I don't need that. That emotional energy is not what I'm looking for. In the area of resources, we have the 4 of Pentacles. It's a squirrel. And in this case, I would say it's okay to squirrel a little bit away. Like, that seems like a good idea when I look at this card. The one pentacle that's down there, it's so funny. It says 4 of Pentacles. And one of them, oh, okay, I see. One of them is split open like a seed, and it's getting ready to sprout and grow something. So I do want to say that saving a little for a rainy day and giving yourself the opportunity to grow something new in the future, not bad. I actually really like that. That's the nicest looking 4 of Pentacles I've ever seen. In the heart space, we've got this King of Swords. And he's taken off the crown and he's laid down the sword. It's an eagle. Now, eagles can carry very large branches, so they can carry big, heavy things, right? Fish are squirreling around. But it's almost like he's like, I don't know if I want to carry this. It's in the heart space. I like that. What I like about this particular king, oftentimes when I see a King of Swords in the heart space, I feel like get out of your head and into your heart. And I think that's been the challenge, is to get out of your head and into your heart. And what does your heart really want, right? Sometimes, it's more comfortable, it's more secure financially to stay in a job or a relationship that's not really making you happy. But when you're bold and you say, this doesn't work for me anymore, Spirit always provides. Always. Like, if you think you can or you can't, you're right. And so, getting ready to choose what you're going to use to move forward is on you. Here we have this elephant for the 3 of Swords in the heart space. So, the story behind this. The elephants will, on occasion, because they travel the same ways often, they will stop by. Elephants will have funerals. When an elephant dies, it's been caught on video that the elephants will walk by in single file and pay their respects. And they don't just do it right when the elephant dies. So if they pass that way again, they will pause and they will remember, and then they move on. And so you're at the pause and remember, and then moving forward. And the struggle has been, we have this condor here, which is like a big vulture of the Death card. And the big lesson here is that nothing was wasted. Nothing was wasted, right? They don't waste anything. What seems like a big carcass to the rest of us, they're like, oh, that's dinner, right? There is something of value to have been gained, right? One of these pentacles here is going to sprout a seed. There is something of value to be gained. Knowledge, wisdom. You didn't waste your time at that job or in that relationship, whatever. You didn't waste. That wasn't a waste. Then it becomes important sometimes to remember what parts of it were good. Here we have the moon. The moon's reflecting down into the water. Feels kind of like this as above, so below. But look, here's the wisdom. Overcoming the fears and taking the knowledge and the wisdom with you and moving forward. And I can tell it's going to be a struggle when you have the Strength card there and he looks like he's carrying a lot. I think you will do well to carry less. And by less, I mean emotional baggage, right? The more that you can get rid of that, Wisdom and knowledge, great. The joy, the happiness that happened, the benefits, right? That's all good stuff. Let's look a little bit more at this week, working with the moon. So we are working with Archangel Gabriel today. Archangel Gabriel is the strength of God. So this week might be a good time to call on him for assistance, the strength of God, right? Also the messenger. And so we have open your heart to love and creative expression. So again, by being willing to remember the good stuff and what came through that really was beneficial, that allows you to be open and be willing to be more vulnerable moving forward. As far as work goes this week, I do want to say that Moon in Gemini on Monday and Tuesday, super productive and great for great communication. So that's something you'll want to keep in mind. The more you open your heart and pour love into your creations, the greater their life force, and express your creativity through your actions. So for those of you who are trying to juggle, right? A lot of times when we're not happy at home, our work suffers. This week, if you're going to really focus in on your work while you're picking through this so that you don't lose your job, right? That's part of keeping track of your resources and allowing space for something to grow. You got to show up for yourself. That's part of this. I'm making it through the week, right? The moon's going to be in Cancer. It gets there at 9:40 p.m. on Tuesday, Eastern Time Zone. There is a time zone calculator in the description box below. Oh, I love that. Okay. In case you need to know what time it is for you, but generally speaking, that'll be like Wednesday and Thursday and a lot, Wednesday and Thursday. And so that first day that the moon is in Cancer has emotionally difficult energy. So that you'll want to keep it low key, and you're going to want to try to navigate your way around situations if you can. But then the emotional energy is really nice on Thursday. It's actually a really good date night energy. We've got Mercury moving into Pisces in the evening, but right before that, it stops at that last degree of Aquarius and talks to Saturn. Saturn's getting ready next week to move into Pisces also. In fact, moves in, I think, on the day of the full moon. And so, yeah. So there's this energy of tying things up, creating the structure, moving things forward. But we have Venus who's coming to hang out with you guys for those 4 months, or 6 months, 4 months, June, July, August, September, October. So 40 days, I think it is 40 days that she's going to be in your sign. Or is that her retrograde? I've lost track. She gets there on June 6th and leaves on October 10th. You do the math. I can't right now. I'm in channel. So she's conjuncting with Jupiter in Aries. That's a fellow fire sign. This is great energy for expanding anything. It's feeding your energy. It's a really great day to really soak it up. And that's why that moon is still, in Cancer. So you have breakthrough to new dimensions. A new endeavor is on the horizon. Innovative energy wants to burst forward into your consciousness, and it came with the card of resilience. Resilience says you don't have to rush, you don't have to hurry, but you do need to move forward, right? And so in order to get to this breakthrough, there's a need to push through right now and to celebrate the good things and give the other things the proper burial that they deserve. The moon in Leo gets there at 10:16 a.m. Eastern Time in the U.S. on Friday. That is not the day to take anything to your boss. People are going to be really bossy, critical, hypersensitive, especially in the early part of the day when that moon, before it gets into Leo, it is opposing Pluto. So another good day to lay low at work. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, good for work. Wednesday, Friday, not so much. But great energy over the weekend for some fun, to socialize, to get out there. You will want to wrap up Sunday by getting yourself prepared for the week ahead, because the week ahead we've got that full moon and it's going to be very action-packed next week. So look, you have it is what it is, and wish upon a star. Accepting the situation for what it is and having hope for the future, for this breakthrough that's coming in, this opportunity to move yourself forward. You are resilient. You will bounce back. You have a lot of support coming this summer, a lot of support, because you'll have Venus and Mars and Pallas Athena. She's about wisdom and creativity, and they're all going to be hanging out in your sign at the same time. So right now it's about releasing and letting go of what doesn't serve you and wishing on a star, like having hope for the future, and leaving yourself open to love and opportunities that are coming, and trying to figure out how lightly can you travel forward. How lightly. Because if you don't have as much stuff in that little cart there, you'll get through the tough times a lot easier. So anger, resentment, I'm not going to forgive that person. That is not their baggage. That is yours. That is what you carry. Doesn't hurt them at all. So I really just want to say lighten the load here, okay? Can you hear the ice hitting out there? That's horrible. We're going to totally lose our power. All right, so I will try, hopefully, to do the full moon videos for you for next week. And hopefully these come out on Sunday. If I don't lose power for days, I'll be able to do that. And I'm on Facebook every day. Those are already up. You guys take great care, all right? You can do this. I believe in you.